Good morning. I'm doing very well. I'm Anushri. I am the founder of this company called Sparky, which works on English.
Wow, that's wonderful. We'll talk about it later. Before we get into the conversation, I'd like to talk about myself a little. My name is Kumar Ravish, and I'm a working professional. I work for an IT staffing company wherein we are hiring people from US. So I think
You
it's
hire
been,
people from the US?
yes.
Okay.
So I think it's been like more than 11, 12 years I've been into this business. Parallelly, I run a YouTube channel as well. I used to upload conversational videos. So that's a little about me. Why don't you tell a little about yourself? And you spoke about a Sparky, so we can talk a little more about that. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm a startup founder. I run a company called Sparky. Sparky is a generative AI powered, conversational learning app for spoken English fluency. We've been running this for about 3 years now. Before that, I have 12 years of experience across various sectors. So I'm a business professional. Have typically worked in business strategy and business growth kind of roles across startups like Swiggy, and also consulting, where I work with a lot of sectors.
Right.
Computer science engineer, in my BTech, and then I did an MBA from IIM Ahmedabad, and I live in Bangalore.
Wow, that's really interesting. So so you worked after your MBA, right? For almost like 5, 6 years.
12 years with that, and then Sparky.
Then Sparky, okay. So can we talk more about Sparky? And looks like it's an AI-based platform or software precisely, right? Where it helps people to learn English, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody has to understand more about this, and if I talk about the transformation of English language in today's world, there's a lot of change that is happening. I would say, right? There's a paradigm shift, I would say. So how is Sparky helping people do that?
Yeah. So no, thanks for asking. Sparky is basically, it's an app, and it's available on Google Play Store. Inside the app, there's a character. The character's name is Sparky. It looks like a fox, and it's essentially a conversational, experience. So you speak to this fox, the fox speaks to you. So that becomes your English practice partner, and you can have conversations with Sparky across different topics. And Sparky is also continuously giving you feedback. So if you say something that's incorrect, Sparky will give you feedback. Even if you speak broken English, Sparky can understand, right? So I think the great thing about Sparky and why it fits the needs of Indian learners so well is because Indian learners have some exposure to English. Many of them know words in English, etc. They can even understand, right? They're not confident in speaking, and Sparky gives them that judgment-free environment to practice speaking, along with learning new words, getting corrective grammar feedback, and all of that. And it's a lot of fun. So that's what Sparky is. Your question was, how is it helping people, or how have we seen, different users use Sparky for their needs, right? So we've seen all the way from 5-year-old kids to 50-year-old adults using Sparky. They're doing different kinds of conversations with them, and that's sort of the beauty of Sparky. It adapts to the user. Kids are talking about things like I want a birthday cake, and I went to somebody's party, and whatever kids talk about. And there are also young adults talking about career advice, talking about interview preparation practice, or just anything. People are talking about their favorite music or whatever, right? So I think and we've seen people do it in from the smallest of cities in India also, right? So there are people from the big cities, Delhi and Bombay, but also people from probably the 100 to 500 cities of India, that rung. So it's quite interesting, and also in 35 other countries, right? So I think most of these users are using Sparky 3 to 4 times a week. And what we see is essentially some of them speak broken English, but with Sparky, they can do that. There's no one laughing at them. Sparky also understands them. Sparky also takes the conversation forward. So it helps them sort of build confidence and start to use the language.
So can we see the demo how Sparky works, kind of video?
Yeah.
For learners?
Yeah, so we'll just show you a video, demo video, and you will see how Sparky is carrying the conversation forward, right? So Sparky says something, then the user says something, and Sparky, based on what the user says, responds and takes the conversation forward. So let's see this video and we come back.
Sure.
Hi. What's your dream job, Leo?
My dream job is accounts receivable in healthcare industry.
That's a well-structured response, Leo. You're aiming high. What interests you about accounts receivable in the healthcare industry?
Because accounts receivable main job role is speaking English in American style. Can you speak like a American style in English, you?
Let's correct that, Leo. Try, the main role in accounts receivable is speaking English in an American style. Can you speak English like an American? Ready for a mock interview?
Yes, I am ready.
Great response, Leo. You're ready. Let's start with, why should we hire you for this accounts receivable role?
Because I am a fresher. I studied BSc Biochemistry. This job role is very suitable for me. So you have selected for this job role of accounts receivable.
A small correction, Leo. Try, I'm a fresh graduate with a BSc in biochemistry. This job suits me well, so I believe I should be selected for this accounts receivable role. What's your greatest strength?
Yeah, that's really interesting and great to watch the video. And hopefully people will learn a lot of things out of it. Yeah. Yeah, I think the best part of it is like, say, when we used to converse between two people, right? Say, for example, somebody sit right next to me and talking to a person actually. So there is a bit of hesitation, right?
Yeah.
The reluctancy. So we are not able to open up and then ask questions because we have always fear of being judged. So I think Sparky is something which is definitely one of those tools wherein people wouldn't hesitate asking questions, right?
Yeah.
So the best part of it is like part of it is like nobody's going to judge you based on
Yes.
what type of questions you ask, and if you are able to speak, that's awesome. If you're not able to speak, that's perfectly all right.
Yeah.
So it'll help you out in different ways wherein you can probably develop through different ways and ask questions. You're being answered on those.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sounds really interesting then. Okay. So what about, I mean, since I think there are a lot of platforms today that are available online wherein it charges a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
And for most of the people, it's really hard to afford them. So I think artificial intelligence, these kind of applications, since there are nobody sitting next to you answering your questions, it's all artificial intelligence generated questions and answers. So I think affordability becomes easier now.
Yeah.
People are able to afford it. So what do you think? I mean, say somebody, if I am naive into English and I wanted to join this application or your course, how
Yeah.
much I will have to pay for that?
Yeah, so I think that's a very important point, and that's what matters to a lot of people and stops them from, learning this. Sparky is extremely affordable, right? So if you do any class with a human tutor, if you do a one-on-one class, it'll typically at least cost you 100, 200, it goes all the way to like, 7, 800 rupees per hour of learning with a human tutor. Even if you do
Right.
group classes, you're still spending, I'm sure, like, 50 to 100 rupees for every class. And in large
Correct.
groups, you don't even get to speak, right? So Sparky is about 250 rupees for a whole month. And if you take,
Wow.
yeah, and if you take a 6-month plan, then it's like 100 rupees a month. And the amount of practice you can do in that much is endless, right? So you can use it for 10 minutes a day if you want. You can use it for 3 hours a day if you like. You can do like, 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, 10 minutes in the evening, whenever you want, right? So there's unlimited practice. So it's very, very affordable. Like you said, right? It's partly artificial intelligence that makes it possible. If you're going to have a human tutor, that human's time, of course, is more expensive. And artificial
Correct.
intelligence is able to not only make it more affordable, but also in many ways be better than a human tutor, right? So it's better than a human tutor in ways that it has, human tutors also may make some mistakes. You may,
Absolutely.
yeah, you may not be able to afford. A lot of people want native, English speaking tutors who are speaking American English or who are speaking British English. So Sparky can also talk in those accents, right? So Sparky is always Sparky talks in, I think we're building it for later to be able to change it to Indian accent, but you can hear it in an American accent. You can hear the correct pronunciation for everything. Sparky catches all your mistakes, and Sparky knows everything. So if you talk about cricket and you're talking about, some particular type of, cover drive, now Sparky knows about that. Sparky also knows how to
Right.
make pasta and, what is the nutritional benefit of, something else, right? Blueberries. So you can talk about anything that you like. So I think affordability is one big one. And secondly, it is what we call a 10x experience. It's 10x better, 10 times better than a class. So
Absolutely.
really amazing.
Yeah. Why? Because I think, like you mentioned, teachers could make mistakes as well. And sometimes teachers do not have enough information or ideas about any certain topics, correct? About any say anything, maybe it could be
Yeah.
anything. So wherein that never happens with AI, because you ask anything and your answers are ready.
Yeah.
So that's the best part of it. You can talk about anything of your interest, probably games or your hobbies or whatever.
Yeah, you can
So
also
that's a great thing.
translate. I think the one other thing that your tutors may not be able to do is you could be from a your first language could be Marathi, it could be Tamil, it could be Bengali. With Sparky, you can also translate words into your native language if you don't understand something, right? So it
So
works. Yeah.
So are you saying that Sparky talks in different languages as well?
No, Sparky talks in English, but when Sparky says something, if you don't understand any word, you can pick that word. So it also comes written on the screen. You can pick that
Nice.
word and translate it to a language of your choice. You just like sort of double click it or hold it for a long period. It gives you the meaning of the word. It gives you how to use it in a sentence. It gives you translation options also.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. All right. And do you want to talk about anything else when it comes to learning English?
Yeah, I think I would love to understand how you worked on your own English and how your story is.
I think that comes with practice. I think I've practiced consciously a lot on my communication. And gradually what happened is even I got a chance to work with US people, wherein you have to communicate with Americans every now and then. So a lot of times what happens is when people talk to me and when I'm over the phone, they have a hard time to understand whether I'm talking from India or probably somewhere else.
Yeah.
So a lot of times that has happened with me. However, yeah, I mean, if you're consciously putting your efforts in order to talk to Americans every day, in and out, then accent naturally comes to you. However, I am not considering myself like them, but again, a little bit of influence is there on my communication. But yes, like you asked the question, like how did that happen? So the nutshell, if I have to say, is that I really have worked hard on it, on my pronunciation, on my grammar, on my vocabulary and everything, and I still do that. So when I communicate over over this platform to many other learners or probably tutors or teachers, whatever you say, if you get to talk to different people, they have different ideas, wherein you get another chance to learn where you're missing, right? So these kind of platforms help people to develop their English. So I think for me also it is working the same way. So yeah, I think that's what I have to tell. Yeah, tell about that.
Great to know. And I think you hit the nail on the head, right? The most important thing is practice. It's consistency. You have to do it repeatedly every day. And language is something that comes to you naturally. As you keep doing it, it keeps, getting better and better. And I think that's what, the advice to all English learners is, especially English learners who are wanting to use it conversationally. You can only do it when you keep doing that on a continuous basis, and you'll see your fluency and your confidence suddenly keep getting better.
I think yes, learning is a time-taking process, I would say, and people who are beginners or intermediate level, they should not dishearten, because you'll have a lot of impediments towards success, and you might not be able to achieve it in a very short period of time. All it requires is dedication, devotion, and your commitment towards your work, right? So keep doing, put your 100%, put your best foot forward, and I think English will be easy for you to learn and speak like that. So thank you. We had a really great session.
Thank you, Ravish. Great talking to you.
Yeah, same here. Thanks. Bye for now.
Bye.